Ladies and gentlemen, I have just written my program. I can't wait to jump into it. Because after my intense snatch prep, which in the last couple of weeks only consisted out of strength, endurance, and endurance training, I can't wait to get back into building strength and muscle. And this is the exact program that I have written. And it includes these most bang for your buck kettlebell exercises that I'm going to show you in this video. I'm over 40 and I want to look good. I want to look aesthetically pleasing. I love the way I look. I've been training like this for a long time now, and now I want to pack on a little bit more muscle through the power of kettlebell training. And I know what you might be thinking. Well, is the kettlebell really suited to build muscle? Yes, it is, because it's a weight. And if we manipulate it that way, or a certain way, then we can most definitely make some serious gains. And this is the major focal point of this video. And if you're over 40 and you want to become strong, fit, and lean without going to the gym twice as fast, download my free ebook in the first link in the description. Grüezi miteinander, Gregory von Lebe here. If you're like me, I don't want to go to the gym. I don't want to do these monotonous movements. I want to sweat. I want to engage my primal instincts. I want to feel like I'm in a wrestling match. I want to feel like I am a hunter-gatherer. I want to move. I want to train. I want to feel my muscle. I want to build my strength. I want to feel some mobility. And I want to feel alive. And this is what kettlebell training gives me. Now, when it comes to building muscle, there's a couple of key points that I want you to focus on, because I focus on these points too. And once you understand a couple of these cogwheels, then you can manipulate it to your liking and build massive amounts of solid looking muscle so that you look lean, mean, and like a true kettlebell machine. So let's cover one important aspect of building muscle, and that is protein degradation. Protein degradation is an essential biological process in which proteins are broken down into their amino acids, contributing to the maintenance of cellular metabolism and cell health. We need those proteins to break down in order for our bodies to build them back up. And this, by the way, means that your nutrition has to be down pat. Make sure you eat good amounts of protein. Now there's one more key factor that I focus on, and it's called mechanical tension. Mechanical tension is a key factor in muscle growth, as the stretching and contracting of muscle fibers during resistance training triggers cellular signals that promote muscle repair and adaptation. Now our job is to combine these two key factors. And now here's a couple of more secrets that you have to know. The heavier the weight is, the higher the protein degradation. The more time our muscles spend under tension, the higher the mechanical tension. That leads us to the following conclusion. In order to use some heavy weight that challenges us so that the protein breaks down in order for the body to build it back up, we need to use double bells. 2 kettlebells, baby. That's what it is. And in order to increase our time under tension, we need static positions in the rack position and overhead. And this is the 2 bells overhead philosophy that comes from Levi Marquardt, which I had such great conversations on my podcast. And by the way, he's going to appear soon again. If you're interested, check the link in the description. So now that we understand what we need and we understand the mechanisms behind it, let's check out the exercises. Exercise 1, the press. Watch. The press is the ultimate upper body exercise, the king of strength. And what the press allows us to do is to remain in that static overhead position. And if you know how to properly insert your hand inside the window of the kettlebell, doing a proper hand insertion, then this overhead position means you're able to rest, because the weight doesn't rest on your muscle, it rests on your frame. Exercise number 2 is the big brother of the press, the jerk. Watch. The jerk offers us a very powerful additional benefit. We can move more weights because now we're using momentum. We use high velocity, explosiveness, speed, power coming from the legs. This helps us to catapult heavier weights. And then we drop into the second dip, which means we reduce the distance that the kettlebell has to travel, and we are able to relax the legs. The jerk is one of the ultimate game changers when it comes to building muscle. Exercise number 3, the front squat. Watch. And I feel that my snatch prep has really taken my legs to the next level, even though it's an endurance-based exercise, especially once you understand the snatch properly. But it goes to show that mechanical tension is key. And in front squat, it wants to squish your intestines. That's why we have to use some intra-abdominal pressure, making sure we tighten our midsection once we squat down. And once we come back up, we feel like the world is against us. Massive muscle building potential, not just for the legs, but for the whole body, because we have to keep that kettlebell in position. Exercise number 4. Oof, this one. Haha, the thruster. Watch. We combine the squat with the press. And now, what do you think happens when we combine one of the best upper body muscle builders with one of the best full body conditioning exercises and leg drivers and leg building exercises? That is the front squat. We get the thruster. We combine these two exercises and get the most bang for our buck. Exercise number 5, it doesn't stop. This one, the half snatch. Ooh, let's go, baby, watch. Now, what does the half snatch do? Contrary to the regular snatch, where you can use a lot of upper body leverage, no leverage here, my man. The only thing that we have at our disposal is the pulling power from our big back muscles. And again, the kettlebell stops overhead, plus it stops in the rack position. So we have 2 static positions that allow us to spend more time under tension. But what kind of tension? One of the best tensions that you can get. Snatching weights overhead requires every single muscle fiber in your body to fire. Number 6, the little brother of the half snatch, but never underestimated, the clean. Watch. Now, one of the keys of the clean is, again, a full body exercise. The midsection is firing, but heavy weights want to rip your arms apart. So your biceps gets the work of his life when you do proper, heavy, and solid cleans. number 7, the Suitcase Lunge. A powerful exercise to combine with a press because it offsets the pressure on the shoulders and it allows you to keep going with the legs, increasing time under tension without having to rest too much. Watch. And one of the key aspects of the lunge is to make sure that your back leg stays extended. And I want to get that stretch in the hip area. A beast of an exercise. Exercise number 8. Oh my, this is a game changer. The Renegade. Watch. With the Renegade, we have some additional work going on in the midsection area. And while we cannot underestimate the fact that with all these prior exercises, your midsection is engaged too. But with this exercise, where you have to pull the kettlebell off the floor, and then one side has to stabilize itself, rotational strength and muscle at its finest. Now, when we do a suitcase lunge, we can also do a rack lunge. Oof, this is a tough one. Again, we have the kettlebell in the rack position, but since our arms have to do more work, we get full body engagement. Watch. And this one will stretch your hips like crazy and build upper body static strength. Again, a combination made in heaven. Exercise number 10. We can't forget about the split squat. A regular front squat is tough stuff, but we can also isolate the leg. And here's now the big difference between a lunge and a split squat. These exercises look similar, but they're not. Watch. A lot of focus on stability because you are in an unstable position to a certain extent, which builds an additional layer of GPP that only the kettlebell can give you. And as a bonus, you guessed it, right? If we can do a suitcase split squat, we can also do a rack split squat. What? Good stuff. And that's one of the reasons why they call this thing functional strength, because the kinetic chain is on fire. Every single muscle fiber is firing. They have to work together. And if we have challenging weight, we can have static rest and rack positions. Well, we can't rest fully, but we still can recuperate a little bit. And now we increase time under tension. This is how we get the look of a lean, mean kettlebell machine. And bonus number 2, how can we forget about it? The farmer's walk. Never underestimate the power of a simple exercise. I'm currently doing a farmer's walk, not for a very large distance, but I'm doing it with the double 64, so 128 kilograms that I carry around. And if this thing doesn't pack muscle on your frame, I don't know what will. Stay tuned for a solid workout recommendation. First, I have to put these exercises with my new strategy and my new program that I use for myself through the ringer. And then, of course, I'll be back to report. Here's the next thing that you have to do. Clean and press that like and subscribe button. Share with a friend who's also interested in kettlebells. And if you made it this far, download my free ebook in the first link in the description called the Kettlebell Code. If you're over 40, 50, or 60, you don't have a lot of time, but you still want to take care of your fitness, this is where the kettlebell comes in. And I'm going to show you how to get started with my ebook, 100% free. You find it in the first link in the description or in the pinned comment.